What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Real Shocker, the Nanny City Jog here with our DDL Week 3 Team Builder. As I'm recording this video, and you'll already know in advance, but we don't know if I've gotten a forfeit win because my opponent has not messaged me once at all and stuff like that. So I do not know if my opponent has given me the forfeit win due to this understanding, or if I have received the over going into this 1-1, so I don't know. But anyways, if you guys are excited to if you haven't already, subscribe. If you are new, join the Phil Shocker crew today because you'll be feeling the king of the crew. And with that being said, let's break down this matchup. So this is going against Bears and the MC Pidgeots, and this is actually my team. Now I will say there's at least three mons on this team. No, yeah, two mons, I think, or three. No, three. There's three mons on this team that actually I did not draft. I did not draft Mega B, I did not draft Gliscor, and I did not draft Rabombi. Everything else I drafted, and I was actually kind of proud of how I drafted it. And I'm scared to face my own team because it's really good. But hey, we proved that we can use people's original teams and beat them with it. So it's very possible I could lose to my own team, but it's a good possibility I can kind of beat my own team too. So we got some potentials here. So looking at the matchup here, though, so looking at this matchup here. Oh, by the way, we're going against Bears, but looking at the matchup here, they have Zero Aura, Zarude, Mega B, again, Zarude, and not Zarude. I just said Zarude. Galar Zapdos, Gliscor, Slowbro, Bucephalon, Clefairy, Almaldo, Rabombi, and the Gabodere. I don't know why I always struggle to do these type of things. I do not know why I struggle, but I do. But looking at the team, I don't think Garbodor comes. I don't think Garbodor has really that good of a matchup. It maybe could come if he wants to really stack on potentially toxic spikes, but I don't know if that's really smart. Rabombi, I don't think has a really good matchup. He just recently picked that up over Diggersby, and I'm actually kind of glad this Diggersby was going to be a problem and a half for a good part of my team, so really glad to see Diggersby not there. Clefairy could possibly show up, but I don't know how defensive Clefairy is going to be in this matchup, whether it's for depth or physical, I don't know. Armaldos has a decent chance to potentially come, but there's a lot of my team that just outspeeds it, so I don't really know if he's going to be a Assault Vest or Heavy Duty Boots, I don't know. Bucephalon could definitely be a problem because I really do not like the type combination of just Shadow Ball and Fire Spam. So definitely something to know. I also have to be careful in potential trick sets as well. But looking at his team, I think Zero Aura is a must bring. I mean, I don't know why you don't bring Zero Aura. He could bring special Zero Aura with Grass Knot, or he could just bring a full physical set or a mix set, knockoff plus Grass Knot or something like that. But I don't know. Oh, and sorry if I yawn. I keep waking up early in the morning, I don't know why. Zarude is very threatening versus me. I could see a Scarf Zarude come versus us. Zarude's definitely a bit of a problem versus my team. So, definitely something to kind of be on the lookouts for that. Mega B, I have no really good safe switches to Mega B except for maybe my Runarigas. But that's about it, and that's because of Wandering Spirit. But that means I get adaptability, which would be really cool. And that's kind of a little bit of a theme idea kind of going into this matchup. So definitely want that to keep in note. Galar Zapdos, I have very little switch into that thing. Like, Flying Spam, I have no good switches besides Corviknight, and Corviknight does not want to take a fighting type move into another fighting type move to kill. So, but I could see potentially Bandit or Scarf. If I had to pick a Scarf on his team, as of right now, it could be potentially Zarude. But I could see maybe more of kind of like a berry of some sorts, Zarude or Bandit Zarude. But oh, excuse me. I think B plus Zapdos just hits so much of my team I can't really struggle with. I think Gliscor is a pretty good bring. Gliscor being one of those Pokemon that can kind of be able to use the facade sets with Toxic Orb is very, very annoying. So definitely, and I think it's going to be Slowbro over Blacephalon in my opinion. Slowbro gives him bulky pivot support, which is really good, and also gives him on just to run toxic on things and stuff like that. So definitely something that could be a bit of a factor And plus, kind of walls certain mons that I want to bring in this matchup that can kind of actually put in the absolute work against them. So that's the team. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. But let's break down the team we are bringing this week. First off, we're bringing up the Duck. I've actually been loving the Duck. The Duck has been actually kind of fun. But we are bringing Porygon 2 here with 3 attacks plus recover. We are running just straight up max. His team is very heavily physically offensive, so I really just put basically a very fat Duck. I could have probably put a little more into my special attack potentially as well, but honestly, just max attack, well not max attack, max was just the safe play for me there. Shadow Ball is there to hit the Blacephalon and the slow roll. I mean, Tri-Attack does too, and of course my computer would do this to me. Thank you, computer. Live when I'm recording a video as well, so that's really fun. But Porygon 2 just takes so much hit. Ice Beam's just there for Gliscor and Zarude if I really wanted to do that. Tri-Attack spam is pretty free in this matchup as well, so definitely something good. No, I do have to be careful with clicking Tri-Attack on Zeraora, because if Zeraora does try to go for the Plasma Fist, as I can click Tri-Attack, it's going to be definitely to very much keep in mind there. But as long as I click Recover, I should be fine against that thing. Kind of makes me I can predict the switches and stuff like that and the attacks. But otherwise, Porygon 2 is a massive threat versus my opponent's team because you don't really like to take hits from Porygon 2. Plus, Porygon 2 is just such a reliable defensive mon that I think you can put in a lot of work. Up next, we're bringing Majora this week. Majora actually has a pretty good matchup here. The only thing that kind of stops Majora from having that much of a good matchup is going to be that Zarude, but we have other ways around it. We are running Trick Room, Poltergeist, Earthquake, and Body Press, 112 in HP, max attack, adamant, 132 in defense, and 112 in speed. Spadef, I meant. The 12 in Spadef doesn't mean anything, but with this max attack and with the defense investment, this defense is specifically made to be sure we can guarantee do 48 to 50+% on the Rude. And you may ask yourself, why am I running enough to do like 48? It's only the worst case scenario if I do 48%. And even if I do 48%, I kill in the next following turn. So it doesn't really matter. Oh. Excuse me. But where the rest went to HP for bulk, but max attack adamant just hits so hard. Poltergeist can be able to most likely 2 KO any form of slow roll, I would assume. Earthquake is really just spammable against his team as well, and then Body Press, like I said, is just there mostly for the Zarude. We're pretty much just here to click Poltergeist and Earthquake freely. We do need to be careful about clicking Poltergeist if we do not see any potential items on my opponent's side, so definitely something to know there. But I think Runarigas can put in a lot of good work this matchup. We're bringing Choice Scarf Greninja again. Yeah, I know it just seems like you just keep bringing Choice Scarf Greninja, but Choice Scarf Greninja actually has been showing a lot of good merits in these games, so I don't see no reason not to just stop going with it. We have U-Turn for pivoting, Surf, which is spam because it can pretty much do a lot of work. Dark Pulse once pretty much Zapdos gets weakened down, as long as also Zarude. We can just spam Dark Pulse as well, as long as Larry's not there. And then Ice Beam really is just an insurance policy to hopefully outspeed and just knock out Zapdos, the Gliscor if it needed to be, and stuff like that. 112 and 120 in HP just for some bulk, max special attack, and we do have enough speed to outspeed Blacephalon, which is the fastest thing that could go for the Choice Scarf, which is base level 7. So once I get my Battle Bond, though, I should be pretty much just faster and everything in general, which I will guarantee be 100%. And I'm also just faster than, like, you know, all of his fast things. Like, obviously going to be faster than Zeraora. I'm going to be faster than Mega Beast. So definitely something to note that I think this is definitely the win con. And whether regardless we get the Battle Bond or not, but this is definitely the win con 100% just because it outspeeds everything on my opponent's team. And we can pretty much just be able to win the game with Surf if we weaken down, again, things like the Zarude, and we weaken down things like Slowro where they are in range of 2 KOs from Surf, and as long as they just make this push and like that. The same thing with Dark Balls. We can just straight up win with Dark Balls as long as we can 2 KO, put Zapdos in range on a switch and to get 2 KO'd by it, and then again for the Zarude as well. Up next, we're bringing Doug Dimmadome, home of the Doomsdale Dimmadome, but we are running Wheelless, Fire Blast, Sludge Wave, and Strange Steam with the Black Sludge, max HP, 188 defense, 68 special attack with the Bold Nature. Again, more physically defensive than specially. Obviously this doesn't hit a ton of my opponent's team, but Will-O-Wisp is really good to burn a few things if I want to just take some hits. Fire Blast is there just as a way to hit the Zarude. I mean, if I want to hit Zarude. What else did I want Fire Blast for, actually? Actually, I'm looking back at his team. Do I really need Fire Blast then? Oh, Fire Blast was for, I believe, Beedrill, I think. I think that's why I have Fire Blast. I think that's the main reason I have Fire Blast, I think. Yeah, I think that's the reason, because I can't hit it otherwise, unless I want to go for Dark Ball. So yeah, I guess that's the reason I have Fire Blast on there. I actually forgot why I had Fire Blast on there for a while. Well, just keep it there. So my dual stab actually kind of hits a lot of my opponent's side of the field. Strange Team is actually really good because of the fact that it can potentially confuse, which is really good. But what's really cool about Will-O-Wisp in this matchup is that if we can get the predictions going and we can actually burn Gliscor before he gets his Toxic Orb, that would be huge for us because that means we get a guaranteed burn. He can't take advantage of Toxic Orb. I mean, if he still has Facade, he has Facade. But the good news is also having him burn is that he can't actually do any damage to me, which is going to be really, really huge as well. So I'm really hoping Doug here can do a lot of work. Making his debut is Zuko here, Arch Choice Scarf Infernape. We are running dual Scarfers this week. I feel like dual Scarfers were pretty good this matchup. We have U-Turn for Pivoting, Flare Blitz, Thunder Punch, and Earthquake. Thunder Punch is only really there for Slowbro, so if I can put Slowbro in the range at 2 KO it, I'll knock it out. I mean, I could have put Head Power Ice. I could have probably put on like a Nasty Plot, maybe Shook Up Berry Stat or something like that. But I generally think Infernape's matchup here, I needed speed. Speed control was going to be something that I knew was going to be a light bit of a problem on my side of my team because I only have a few fast Mons. But I felt like Scarf was really good because it ensured some of the things that was. Plus, if Solbro gets in range, I can 2-KO with Flare Blitz and then knock that thing out. Because his team really is like taking a fire type switch, and not even Blacephalon wants to take a Flare Blitz because it can 2-KO potentially. I do have Earthquake on there for the Zero Aura potentially, and I do have Earthquake on there as a way to kind of just check the Blacephalon if still need be. It's also a way to hit Garbodor, so that way if Garbodor is also there and it has Rocking Helmet, it can't touch me. And otherwise, yeah, so the only one that could potentially be Rocking Helmet in this match is Slowbro, so I kind of don't care. Flare Blitz just is a massive tear for my opponent's team, so definitely something to fully note. And you're not going to actually believe this, we're running 3 Scarfers this matchup, and we're running Glaceon. We actually are running enough speed to outspeed max speed Zapdos, so that's very important to know right there. We always take 1 hit from both Beedrill and Zero, but not at the same time. So if I ever have to keep this thing in front of Beedrill or keep this thing in front of Zero Aura to ensure damage for the rest of the team and just scout out if something is Choice Scarfed or not, the Glaceon gets a free chip damage or potentially a free kill. So definitely something to note right there. And this is definitely a weird, like, why you bring Glaceon, but if you really look at his team, besides Armaldo, and besides really Blacephalon in some way, he really doesn't have good switch into Ice Stab. So I said, you know what? Let's go for it. We do have Baton Pass on here as a way of momentum, so we can kind of momentum way out if we have to. Freeze Dry, Shadow Ball, and Ice Beam. Ice Beam is only there if I want to hit real hard. Freeze Dry is just there so I can 2-KO everything else. Potentially OHKO the Gliscor, but this guaranteed 2-KOs any form of Slowbro, unless it's especially defensive with a Soul Vest, then it might not even be a 2-KO. And then Shadow Ball is really just there for Blacephalon if it shows up, so definitely something to note with that. But yeah, that's gonna be the team, guys. I'm feeling it's a bit nervous because it could go either way, but I generally think this could be the match where we win versus a match that we don't win. So definitely something to note with that. But I think Glaceon is going to be a very hidden threat. I don't even think he's going to be expecting me to bring Glaceon in this matchup. Now Glaceon, like I said, can take any one hit, so depending on what I want to keep that thing in on to take that one hit, definitely kind of depends on what I want to do. But yeah, that's going to be the team, guys. If you like, you haven't already, subscribe if you are new. Join the Full Shock Recruiter today because you're with the King of the Crew. And with that being said, I will see you guys next time. Until next time, everybody, peace.